into the mic. Sesko chooses United, but first. Boy, do these days keep getting better, guys. Boy, do these days keep getting better. People say that Twitter's a toxic place. It's turning me into the happiest man alive. Fuck. We got a day today, guys. We got some stuff to talk to. We got some stuff to talk about. It's been a glorious one. Sesko, the word is now that he favours Manchester United over Newcastle United. Now, hang on a second, right? Let's not jump the gun and let's not go all crazy and deluded here. We've been here before where we thought that Manchester United were going to sign a player for him to then go elsewhere. But do you know something? Let's go through the hellos first. I can see there's a few of you here already. Temezgen straight in there. This guy, 20 past 2 this afternoon, man. Yeah, I like Sesko and Carlos Baleba. Give up on Baleba, Temezgen. It's not happening. Hulmans, Donnarumma. We've got stuff to talk about with him. Emi Martinez to United is better for next season. Please make a plan for Amorim. What can you disagree with him at the moment? He's been going on about Sesko, and look what's happening. Sorry, now I always get your second name wrong. Sesko is good. Just hope if we get him, he does not turn into another Rasmus 2.0. There is stuff to talk about with Rasmus, guys. There is stuff we got to talk about Rasmus, yeah? Blary says, yo, damn, WSG. Yes, bruh. Good to see you. Chappie, hope you're well, my friend. Ben, good to see you, my man. Andy, how are we feeling? Dean, yes, Rude. I'm good. I've busted out. I've busted this out tonight. It's a good night. It's going to be a good night. Jamie, good to see you, mate, and everyone in the chat as always. Carl, good evening. Hope you're well, my friend. MK Photography, evening, mate, and evening to everyone. And Sophie, do you know, Queen Sophie, I knew that you'd be on this tonight. I had a feeling of all nights you would be on tonight. Newcastle are hurting, yo. Newcastle are hurting. I've also read, don't spoil it, Carl. I've got plenty to talk about with that. Subra, good to see you, mate, and always to the OGs. And Anthony, great evening to see you all. I've got that wrong there. Exciting news all over the place. And Ben, straight in there. We are a Ryan gigs away from 900 subscribers, guys. If you are new to the channel, if you've never been here before, this community is growing. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. That will let you know when we are live. But let's be honest. It's 9 o'clock every night, folks. We do this every night. Every goddamn night. Mustafa, good to see you. I've been on a break. My head is battered. That was us at the start of July, Soph. That was us at the start of July. And good evening, Dan. Good to see you. Right, let's get into it, Steve-O. Right. While Sesko would cost more than Watkins overall, it's thought a more favourable structure could be struck with Leipzig. That was from Sky Sports News. Now, hang on a minute. Did somebody not say a couple of weeks ago that Leipzig would be open to an implemented, integrated, whatever you want to say, payment plan? I said it, I read it, I brought it to you guys. I'm not in the know. I'm just a keen eye when it comes to Manchester United's transfer doings. This is great. This is absolutely fantastic. Now, they have all come out today. Ornstein's come out. Ben Jacobs has come out. Fabrizio has come out. We got Plettigol that said Manchester United held serious talks with Sesko at RB Leipzig's camp with a strong sense he'd pick United. Christopher Vavell, by the way, Christopher Vavell, you fucking beauty, is keen to sign him. Newcastle are also discussed as a potential transfer. Talks continue. Decision imminent. Okay, now Leipzig have been offered a player as part of the potential deal. Rasmus Højlund, guys. Now, we do talk a lot about Rasmus Højlund and how he's not done it at Manchester United. Now, let me tell you something, brothers. I think Rasmus Højlund goes to Germany and bangs. I do. He's a big boy. I think he does well over there. I genuinely do. If he can be part of a deal that takes Sesko to Manchester United, then I'm all for it. When you think back a couple of weeks ago, as long as 3 weeks ago, we had rival fans bantering us because we were talking about a potential Garnacho for fucking Nicholas Jackson. Oh, how the times have changed. Yes, I'm so fucking pumped. I am so pumped with this tonight, guys. Ben Jacobs says United have told Sesko to push more for a move on his side with advancement in talks in the last few days. Vivell and Jason Wilcox are in mutual agreement internally over the 22-year-old being the number one target. United have obviously held the talks. The forward is emerging as a top target for United this window. Now, it's key. This is key. Okay? This is key here. We have already sent over Matt Hargreaves, who has held face-to-face talks surrounding a transfer. We've asked the question for so long, Manchester United, where is this transfer, this whole transfer story, when's this bottle of pop going to explode? Do you guys remember when I give you, and if you're new to the channel, you might not have heard this, so you're probably coming in at the wrong time, but I gave the constipation analogy. It is like when you are constipated and you are sat on that toilet, okay, and you're pushing and you're grinding and you're trying to get it out, and finally a little bit comes out. That little bit is Brian and Buemo, and then the fucking lot, whoom! This is what's happened. This is what's happened. We have been waiting for this. Now, I'm going to sit here and I'm not going to be one of those football fans, okay? I'm not going to be one of those YouTube influencers, whatever you want to say. I am not on this channel to turn around to you guys and say, well, I never wanted Watkins in the first place. I always wanted Sesko. I still stand firm in that. I think Watkins would have been a better fit for Manchester United. I think for what we want over the next 3 years, that's who I wanted. The guy's proven in the Premier League. You know what my thoughts are on this. However, remember a few years ago when our conversations were, and you know something, Sam at United People's TV put this on Twitter before, and I thought it's so fucking true. Do you remember back in the day when we were going, well, we've got Igalo coming on loan. He might do something. Veggie might come and do something. We are talking about two class footballers. We're talking about Sesko and Watkins. It looks like Manchester United have gone for Sesko here. They've chose him. He is the chosen one. Now, here's the other scenario. Remember what I said about Manchester United only going for players that want to come to Manchester United. We saw it with Brian. We saw it with Cunha. This, to me, says that Sesko has said he wants United. This is what it says to me. When you hear a manager or an ex-manager coming out and saying this about a player, this manager is Jurgen Klopp. This is what he said about Sesko. A ridiculous talent with an incredible skill set. He knows players. He knows strikers. We can sort of go in about Darwin Núñez. This all leads to Manchester United being in such a good position going into the Premier League. Now, I'm going to say something, a dose of reality here, right? Okay, so bear with me on this. Bear with me. Manchester United do not get Champions League with Sesko. I will say that now. So for anybody who is going, we've got Sesko, that's it now. We go for Champions League. Realism, folks. Realism. We know that this window wasn't going to be fixed, okay? We know that we were not going to be able to get all of the business done that was going to put us back to the top in one window. The whole plan all along has been 3. Berardi come out and said that. He said that in 3 years' time now, okay, granted, he said win the Premier League, but what I think he actually means here is pushing, challenging, going for it. We are still a way off that. The 3 summer transfer windows, for me, still are a massive thing here. Now, let's go through some of your comments before I carry on. Because I've missed a few here. You are all in a fucking good night tonight, and I am too. Hit that like. Big fucking night tonight. Where are we? So, self-induced headache. Mustafa says, looks like we're getting Newcastle front 3 that they wanted, Sophie. Dan thoughts. Do you know something? I keep going back to, do you remember when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said after we missed out on Champions League, when he'd had his brilliant run with us when he took over mid-season, and he said, you'll be surprised at the type of player that wants to play for Manchester United. After last season, I sat there and I thought, we're never, ever going to be able to attract people. If you just said to me, after we lost the Europa League final against Spurs, Dan, don't worry about it, because next season you're potentially going to have Sesko, Cunha, and then Buemo, Brian, as your front 3, I'd have looked at you and gone, shut the hell up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You can't be telling me that shit. And yet here we are. Here we are. Anthony says, forgot to like on the way in, just done it. Make sure you do. Mods, make sure you let me know what United player we are for 900. I really want to break 900 tonight, guys. Dean says, as much as I want to give Rasmus a chance, guys, we don't need to gamble with our season this time around. Get Sesko or Watkins, who can get the job done. First best comment of the night, Dean. Brilliant. Favourite part of my day, Dan. Thank you, Jamie. That's now the best comment of the night. Of course it is. Also, we waited for Cunha and walked away from Brian before anything. We inquired only. Sophie, I'm not going to banter you because if I'm a Newcastle fan at the moment, you better believe I am hurting. I am hurting and my head is hurting. My heart is breaking because it's not been the best transfer window for you guys. Sesko could get more money at Newcastle, but wants United. That says a lot about him if true, says Chappie. Absolutely. There was a source. Let me just read this source. And it was, who was it? It was, oh God, who was it? I'm going to bring this up for you. I'm going to bring this up for you because I think it is a phenomenal quote. My bloody keyboard's having a right fucking wobble tonight. Let me try and find it a second. Whilst I'm looking for it, let's go through some of these comments because I don't want to leave you all just staring at me fucking scrolling. This isn't fucking OnlyFans. David R says, Dan, please give us Toon fans some hope. This is such a painful window. Can see us offering Shola Amiobi a 1-year contract soon. I've got the hope for you, David. I've got the hope for you. Sancho and Anthony, take them. Take them. They're yours. Have them. Absolutely have them. You have my blessing. Take Garnacho. No, I genuinely feel for you, David. I genuinely do. I absolutely do. Mustafa says, Newcastle are very doubtful on their top target, Sesko, and I know Sesko has chosen Manchester United, Craig Hope. There we go. I don't care what he's done, does as long as he fucks off, says Wahaha. Okay. Anthony says, sell on clause for Rasmus if we get anywhere near what we need to break even to get it done. Anthony, I don't care about a sell-on fee with him. I'd rather him be part of the deal that takes Sesko to us, to be honest. And yes, here he is, one of the OGs, Moxie Shun. Hi, Brian Brigade, just checking in. I've got a serious case of man flu virus. Hopefully back to normal by the weekend, off to bed. Remember to like and subscribe. Positive vibes for you, Moxie Shun. Get well soon, my guy. And also Ben, who the F wants Jackson? Honestly, the Nicholas Jackson one, and it still makes me laugh that Chelsea are still saying we want 80 million quid for this fucking guy. Bozo, that is. No one thinks no one. I think he'll end up at Newcastle now. Okay. Present, sir. Akko, good to see you guys. There's nearly 100 in the chat. Let's get those likes up. Let's try and hit 100 likes tonight. This is a good show. It's always a good show, but this is the Sesko show. Okay. Sesko has chosen Manchester United, with some people reporting that. For me, I have the same outlook as always. Until they're holding the shirt, I don't go giddy and weak at the knees, unless it's Mrs. Robinson. We may have downed a bottle of prune juice explosion incoming. I never wanted Watkins in the first place. I always wanted Sesko. Yeah, I'm not going to say that, but I know you did. Wahaha. I like your OG jersey, sir. You're killing it. Dino, look at it, mate. This is my favourite Manchester United shirt. This is. Steve-O, Mr. Peach. I said on one of your TikToks we should get Sesko weeks ago. You did, Steve-O. Man never forgets. Man never forgets. Michael says, we love you, Dan. We do. Oh, Dan, we keep you up the good work. Love that, mate. And we are close. We are close to 900. I don't know if any of the mods have had a look yet, and let me know. As soon as the player puts a United shirt on, I'll back them 100%. They show they are not worthy of the badge. Okay, Nick. Mason Mount was prem-proven. That blows the theory out of the water. Yeah, but Mason Mount, man. Let's Chappy. Eyes on me. I'm coming into the mic. Chappy, testing 1, 2. Positivity tonight, bro. Positivity. There's 100 people in here that are positive. Drop to 92. That's what the negativity does. Let's keep the positivity. Jamie says, I still think we get Watkins as well. I keep seeing Garnacho swap deal today as well. Imagine if we got both. That would be fucking ridiculous. Disagree, Dan, with Brian and Cunha, and Sesko only needs to get us 15 goals on top of what the team gets. Fair. And look, if you guys think it could get us Champions League, then I am not going to sit here and call you out for it. At the end of the day, we are all Manchester United fans. What you think and what I think might be completely different. The main thing is that this badge is what means the most. Okay, so if you think they can get Champions League, we'll put a poll. We'll do a poll. You know I love a poll. We'll do one in a minute. Carl says, I was just going to say something sillier. This is a multi-window rebuild, but would sure be a good start getting those 3 in. Yeah, exactly that. And I don't think, and I'll speak about this later on, Manchester United aren't finished with a striker. There is other news that's come out today that's made me go, right. Okay, you little rippers. Mustafa says United could pivot to giving a player to Leipzig. Yeah, that's it. There we go. And Fabrizio's saying that as well. For Sesko, it should be Benjamin Brigade. I think you're right, Ben. Ben, I think you're right. Well, in fact, hang on. Right, that's coined. Benjamin Brigade. It starts. Yep, everyone needs to calm down. 5th is best, maybe 8th, but I'll be okay with that after all the rubbish we've had to face over the years. And what else? What's this about? Oh, God. Jesus Christ. What's happening here? Why is everyone arguing? Don't forget Arsenal first choice with Sesko. Reason top clubs are after him. That's fair. Wahaha says a Beck's away from 900. We are David Beckham away. David Beckham away. Best to go, says Ben. What's that all about? Oh, what are you on about here? Banter away, I can give a flying. Okay. We want United to come back. We don't care about the league, says Scan. Absolutely true. Why going so? I don't know what's happened with Sophie there. I think somebody let Sophie know that it's George Best to it's a George Best to. Oh God, guys, come on, let's keep fucking positive here. Hi Dan, we have Arsenal's number 1. We absolutely do. Lots of love for Toon fans, but if you sell Isaac with the extra money, you can buy Jackson. Apparently, he is available. Let's see what happens with Sesko, because if we miss out on him, can't see Villa letting Watkins go into the last day of the window. Right. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, and I said this at the start. I said this from the start. Manchester United, with the Sesko links, have to play this absolutely superb. There is no room for error. There isn't. Just because we're getting reports of him saying he wants to come to United doesn't mean that Manchester United sit there and then say, oh, well, that's it. We've got him. We can draw this out. I said that I expected this deal to be done quick, and I mean it. I do think this will be done quick. However, if a madness happens here, and Manchester United fumble this, you better believe, you literally, with everything in you, believe that Villa will turn around and say to us, well, if you were going to pay that for him, you better believe you're paying the same for Watkins. So Manchester United on this, they cannot afford to fuck this deal up. Because if they fuck this deal up, it will change the whole parameters. And we will then end up overpaying for a Watkins, who is 29-30. I still want Watkins. You know my thoughts on that. Hi, Isaac. Hope you're well, mate. So he says, hi, Dan. Thoughts on the Ortega links? What, to United? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We can't do that. To get top 4, United need to bin off Ugarte and Casemiro. Midfield more important than number 9, says Lindo. I disagree. I think we need to bin off Casemiro, and I still think there's a world where we do get rid of Casemiro. Ugarte, I'm not just getting giddy because of the performance against West Ham, but I've said all along, let's give him this season and let's see what happens with him. Wahaha says Isaac will stay, Liverpool will collapse, and Xerxes will win it in 18 days. Fucking love that. Ben, don't worry, mate. I'll reach out to Sophie if she's not here and I'll sort that out. It's no problem. Don't worry. Just started watching. Did Sesko really prioritise a move to Man United, Dan? Well, Puffy, I'm on. I love that name, by the way. This is what the reports are coming out. If you've just joined, you've got Sky Sports reporting it. You've got Pletico reporting it. Ben Jacobs reporting it. Ornstein reporting it. Alex Crook reporting it. They are all coming out and saying the same thing. Sesko favours a move to Manchester United. Now, remember, Newcastle United are still in this deal. Until it is shirt held up, Newcastle will still believe that they can get him. The other side of that is, and Nathan, who's watching this, I've got to give him props because he sent me this today, is that apparently Newcastle are looking at Munoz from Fulham now. So that kind of says to me they're shifting. It's been a mad day. And hola from France, Raphael. Ça va? Ça va? I do know a little bit of French. We are 7 from... Guys, let's get that 900 tonight. Dan, what would need to happen for you to abandon United and support Liverpool, says Lindo? Not going to happen. That would never happen. If Mrs. Robinson come to me and said, either support Liverpool or I'm leaving you, I would open the door and usher her out the door. I would. I'd have to. Them's just the rules. You can't change your football side. I swear she's just walking up the stairs then. Newcastle are having one of the worst windows ever, says yeah. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Andy Carroll's prem proven at Newcastle. Come on now, let's not do that. And good evening to Chibuna. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. And yes, glory, man, you fucking knighted. I'll go on the naughty step. I love that. So will I credit Vival if he gets Sesko? Well, yeah, of course. Look. Without saying, okay, I'm going to bring Roy Keane back into it. I will bring Roy Keane back into it. Will I credit Vival if we get Sesko? Yeah, I will to a certain extent, but at the same time, that's his job. That's his job. That's his job to go out there and find these players. We haven't had people in the past who have been linked with Manchester United, who have worked for Manchester United, that, let's be honest, have had any fucking clue how to go out there and buy these players. Instead, they've just gone on FIFA, said, "Oh, he looks mint. He's rated 92. Yeah, let's go and overpay for him. Oh, he looks good. I saw on Football Manager that he's a wonder kid. Let's go and buy him." That's the way it's been for so long. This whole window has felt different. This whole window has felt incredibly different for Manchester United. We are moving in the way that we should have been moving years ago. We are moving like we used to move. I'm not comparing this to Sir Alex Ferguson. Don't worry. So don't get angry. We are moving like we used to with signings 20 years ago. 20 years ago. It's been that long, really, where we would go out there and buy the best of what was available that would improve us. Instead of going out there and thinking the names on the back of the shirt, we thought more about what was on the front of the shirt. That is what's happening here. Why would you give another chance for Højlund or Xerxes and buy a nice midfielder? Baleba? Nah. And buy a nice midfielder? No. Baleba ain't coming to United, guys. There's no chance of that. There's no chance of that. But Xerxes obviously going to be the one that's going to have the second chance. Højlund, I think, as I've said for weeks, will be the one to exit the club. The Benjamin boys, fucking love that. The curious case of Benjamin Sesko. Oh, that's the start of a video. I might do a video on that. What else we got? Get him. Sesko is good. Cunha, Brian, and Sesko is the best. Who will win more games? Ten Hag at Leverkusen, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Besiktas, or Amorim? Well, you got to go Amorim. He's United manager. I can't sit here and not back my manager. Can't do it. Villa need to get a replacement for Watkins before they consider selling him. I still think there's truth in Jackson going there. I'll say that. I'll be completely honest. I love Sesko. I tell you what, right? Let's do a poll. Yeah, let's get the poll going. We haven't done a poll yet. Start a poll. Right. Okay. I'm going to go with this one. With Sesko, where do we finish? Because there's a lot of you feeling very, very optimistic tonight. So I'm going to say, let's go 8th to 6th. And we will go 6th to 4th. And you know what? Because people are in a good mood, we'll do this one as well. We'll do one more. 4th to 2nd. I don't think there's no chance of getting United. Right. With Sesko, where do we finish, guys? 8th to 6th, 6th to 4th, or 4th to 2nd? The poll is open. Go and vote to your heart's content. I know you all love a fucking poll. Let's just hope we don't have to wait 3 months to sign Sesko. Come on, positive people. Can't build the whole team in one go. Defence is looking pretty solid and the attack looks fire. Only a few pieces missing. Couldn't agree more. Evening, Kev. Good to see you, my friend. Gary Neville to 900, guys. Gary Neville to 900. Let's try and hit that 900 tonight. That would be absolutely fucking phenomenal. Like and some helps the Danny boy out a lot. It does. Rocky, I love this comment. It's just simple. I love United. Rocky, tonight, I fucking love United too. Fucking come on. We're in a good mood. We're in a great mood. If the devil offered you top 4, but on the condition that Liverpool win the league and you... No, definitely. I agree with Waha then. No, definitely not. Evening... There we go. See, Kev, people love your channel. Ben says 42 likes, over 100 here. Guys, in the next 5 seconds, everyone hit those likes. Let's get up a bit. I want these likes flying up tonight. This is a good day to be a Manchester United fan. The best way to prove that is to fucking hit those likes. Don't let those rival fans bring you down. We are here on the comeback trail. We are like Rocky Balboa. We've just been knocked down 5 times in the first 5 rounds, and we are clambering to the ropes, and you can hear the music in the background. And you know shit's about to get real. You know shit's about to get real. And what are we on here? Oh, hang on a minute. I missed some comments there. Yeah, 1 to 900, guys. That's fantastic. Edward says, nice to meet you, Dan, from the corner of the world. Hope any magical happen to be our number 9. Don't care whoever it is. Well, we want it to be Sesko. We need it to be Sesko now. We need it to be. And we're done, guys. We're not done. We're not finishing. Don't worry. We've hit 900 subs. Fantastic. Well done to everybody involved. Now I can say it. The road to 1K is officially in sight. That finishing line is in sight. So if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you've just flicked on here and you're thinking, what's this all about? Hit the subscribe button. I need those people to make sure they subscribe and join this absolutely phenomenal, growing, fucking beautiful community that it is. And well done to all the OGs. Well done to everyone. Well done to everyone to the air for that. If Vavel and thank you very much. And well done to everyone, mate. They've all done this. If Vavel gets it right with Sesko, Ineos will take the credit. But if he fails, they will blame the staff. Yeah, but see, if Vavel doesn't get it right, he's the one that's pushed for this. So I see what you're saying, but at the same time, I genuinely feel like that's part of his role, isn't it? This guy has backed Manchester United. He has gone toe-to-toe with Wilcox, with Amorim, and basically said to him, this is the guy you need. His ceiling is up here. So it comes with the job. Is he going to be a hit? I've said all along, if Sesko can get 15 league goals this season, if he signs, let's remember, he hasn't held the shirt yet, then I think it's a fantastic sign, and I think we can push up the league. Villa gets Jackson, says that, or Newcastle, says Michael. 22. I know I was slacking tonight. How's that poll looking? I tell you what, there's a lot of happy people in here tonight. There's a lot of happy people. We got 41% at the moment. 40% are saying 4th to 2nd. Only 35 votes. There's a lot of you in here. Make sure you're having a go at that vote. I want to see rival fan or football or United fan. I want to see what you say about this. Dean says, rude. I have received a funeral. Lost my grandma. Manchester United family, if you want to help out, guys, you can do so through Rude. It's been tough, rough. Dean, my absolute heart goes out to you. My love goes out to you. This community will always be here for you. This is a community that is a family. We are a family on this fucking stream, okay? From the day dot when we started on TikTok a few weeks ago to now where we're pushing for 1,000, this is a family, okay? So you have my love and you have my thoughts with you and yours. Vavel can prove himself here by landing one of the most potent strikers currently available. Milton, you make a good point there, because this is the situation. If this is the start of Vavel's tenure at Manchester United, going out and getting someone like a Sesko, this absolutely looks fantastic for Manchester United going forward. Now, look, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not get ahead and think that we are back, because, look, the signings are there to show that we're pushing up. But until we see the results on the pitch, well, then we won't know, will we? But like I've said before, we had to do open heart surgery. Ralph Rangnick was absolutely right with that. He was bang on with that. And this is, we've not even got into the operating theatre yet. Okay? This isn't the open heart surgery. This is us. We've been wheeled into the hospital. We've got the IV dripping, and they're putting us to sleep as we speak. This surgery is just beginning. Buckle up, guys. Buckle up. And we're at 9:01, by the way. Well done, guys. 1K tonight. Dan stays up for the match. Anthony, honestly, I sort of posed it to Mrs. Robinson, and she gave me the look, and I thought fair. And then I've got so many meetings tomorrow. I'll be dead at work if I did that. Amazing what a week does for this football club. Positivity. Andy, you're so right. If you remember, guys, on Friday, I just got off the stream where we'd had Amorim saying, if this is the team I start the season with, I'm happy. And it knocked me to the floor. It knocked me to the floor, because I was like, we can't start this season like this. Fast forward nearly a week. We're living good. We're living good. United can pull a major signing off here. Whatever the other events are, we're in a good position with Sesko. I agree. How far is Sesko? Well, if you've just joined, the update is that Matt Hargreaves has gone and held face-to-face talks surrounding the transfer with Leipzig and Sesko. It's worth noting as well that Sesko will consult with his family, agent, and close contacts over the next few days to decide on his future. That was from Fabrizio Romano. Now, with that, as much as I'm saying this is going to get done quick, this won't happen over the next 48 hours. This is going to be, I reckon, if this goes the way I think it will go, we could see something, I reckon, a week, maybe a bit longer. I don't think he lines up for Arsenal. I don't think he lines up against Arsenal in the first game of the season. I don't think it'll be done that quick. I mean, what are we, 2 weeks away from the start of the season? We'd have to move mad quick. I mean, he's had a pre-season, so it's not out the realms of possibility. What number do you think Sesko gets? I think if we ship off Rasmus, I think he gets the number 9, to be honest. And thank you, Chappie. And we are Gary Neville over 900. That's phenomenal. Absolutely fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal. Thank you, Isaac. Much appreciated. This is the season. Tyson Fury resurrection versus Wilder, getting up like the Undertaker. Manchester United are getting up. We've been knocked to the floor several times. This is where we start moving. Dan, apparently it was raining in Chicago and the game might be delayed. If they can delay it by about 6 hours, then I'll just bin off the work meetings tomorrow, pull in a sickie, and just watch it at home with you beautiful people. Of course, if any of my bosses are watching, my colleagues, I can confirm that I was joking there. Lindo says, with Bruno, Kobe, Ahmad, Mount, and Mbeumo available to play 8 or 10, why can't Cunha play as the false 9? He's not going to. We have that front three. So if the transfer goes free, the front three will be Sesko, Brian, and Cunha. Okay? That is as transformative as it gets for a front three. When you look back last season, I think it was 22 goals that we had from the front three we had last season. To these ones, I would expect a minimum of 50 goals between them. I mean that. I don't think I'm being unreasonable with that. 50 goals between them. I think it's more than doable. And yeah, come on, everybody, hit that like button. 94 people, and we need these likes up. Let's get these likes up. And yes, of course, from Nigeria, everybody's welcome. Guys, if you aren't watching from England, pop it in the chat. I'd like to know where everybody's watching this from tonight. Pavel can prove himself. I agree with that. And I'm going to reach out to Sophie, Chappie. Don't worry. I'll speak to the Loaded Mag boys and just let them know to let her know that we weren't saying best to go. It was George Best. Did Sir Jim get the approval to build a new stadium, says Lindo. Do you know what, Lindo? I couldn't give a fuck at the moment. With respect, that new stadium is so far at the back of my mind. I don't care. I don't care if it takes 15 years to do it. And yes, Clement, good to see you, my friend. Honestly speaking, what killed us last season was inconsistency. If we can just be consistent, we can go further. No teams is that scary in the Premier League? There's a few that are, but I agree. Was it a big mistake to get rid of Elanga and Wan-Bissaka? I would have loved to see Wan-Bissaka in this formation. I would just like to say that. I absolutely would just like to say that. Justin Sesko has given United his priority. Yeah, we know that one. And what else we got? No way we ain't getting anything higher than 6th until we sort the goalkeeper issue out. Realism, that's what we want. Jamie says, I really hope Brian or Bruno have the number 7 shirt. Mount don't deserve it. It's too late for that. This came out after Fabrizio Romano's post. There's also rumours have now pulled out of the race. Okay, good. That's what we like to see. Cunha will be our ball carrier, so a false 9 for him is not an option. Brian and Bruno as a 9 could work. Fair. Warrington. So you're from Warrington, MK. We've got checking you from Cape Town in South Africa. Lovely to see you, Garon. I loved that Ralph Rangnick speech, and wasn't he right, even though a lot of people laughed at him? Facts. Absolute facts. Siat, whereabouts in Scotland? I got to Scotland quite a lot. I'm always going up to Dumfries to watch Queen of the South play. Chappie's from Wales. Whereabouts in Wales? Cyprus is Nick. Watching in Hereford, Dan. I'm not far from you, Anthony. Canada, Lindo. Best place in the world. I've got family in Canada. Greetings from Portugal, Silvio. Good to see you, my man. Jeffrey, is Sesko in the bag? He's not far off, mate. It's close. And unbiased opinion, please. Who's better, Onana or Sanchez? Sanchez. I'd happily say that. Wahaha's from Slovenia. I don't know why. Wahaha. I thought you were from England. And Edward says Indonesia. Dunfermline in Fife. Fair enough, Siat. Right. There was a dose of reality to hit Manchester United fans today. Now, when all this broke, I was prepping for the show. As you know, I like to prep. I don't come here with it just off the top of my head. I put notes on there. We make sure we're prepared. And I saw I saw a link from Telegraph, from the Telegraph, James Ducker. United have made an inquiry to sign Gianluigi Donnarumma earlier this summer. PSG are in the process of signing the keeper Chevalier from Lille and are thought to be braced for Manchester United renewing their interest in Donnarumma once the deal is complete. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I saw this, I went, we can't. We can't. Surely Manchester United can't do that. We can't be on a madness here. Well, Fabrizio Romano, just before I come live, coming with his good old optimism, as Tirana said, no, there's no links there. No, United aren't interested. So for anybody who, like me, for a couple of hours today went, we're getting fucking Donnarumma here, what the fuck? There's the realism. Donnarumma is not linked to Manchester United. I still believe it will be Le Mans that Manchester United go for. There is still talks going on with that goalkeeper. We need that done sooner rather than later. That's all I'll say on Le Mans. I think we absolutely need that done. Let's have a quick look at the poll and see what people are saying here. Okay, so 62 votes. There's plenty more people in here to hit those votes. So make sure you're voting, guys. We've got 42% of you saying 4th to 2nd. 35% of you saying 6th to 4th, and 23% of you 8th to 6th. I can tell you now that I am with the 23%. Until we sign a decent goalkeeper, until we sign another midfielder, I'm not willing to move up just yet. Call me boring, call me miserable, but that's just where I am. Roddy's from Newbury, Berkshire. Okay. Chappie. Is it Cumtillery? I'm sorry if I got that wrong. From Zambia, Jeffrey, good to see you. Greetings from the good old black country, Wassel. Wassel, not far from you, mate. You know this. Manchester's, yes, Ben, that's what I like to see. Donna is after the bags, all the bags. Saudi Arabia is next for him. I think you mean Anana, don't you, Joel? But I get what you're saying. Warwickshire, fair enough, Andy. And Chad says, Dan United, I'm watching Champions League qualifying round. RB Salzburg versus Brand. Fair. What's the score there, dude? Donnarumma is a good shot stopper, but he's shit with his feet, not what you want. I agree. Birmingham, Michael, not far from you, Michael. I'm in Telford, mate, so I'm not far from you at all. Lindo, what I just said. I'm in Telford, good old Telford in the Midlands. And from North Korea, Santos. Good to see you, my friend. Poll for which is more important, goalkeeper or striker? See, we don't need to do that one. We've got the striker sorted, I think. But I tell you what, we will do one. The results of that poll are in, guys. I'm going to end that poll because Siat's given me a good idea there. The poll has ended, and the results are as follows. Where is it? 39% of you 4th to 2nd, 35% of you 6th to 4th, 25% of you 8th to 6th. Okay, right then. Next poll. We love a poll on this channel. I'm going to put it in capitals. What position next? And it's simple, guys. Goalkeeper, CDM. I'll put CDM because that's what we need. Next poll, guys. Stargazing. What position next? Goalkeeper or central defensive midfielder, guys? Have at it. I want to know what you're thinking there. United was linked to Ortega, the keeper that has been told to find a new club by City. We don't want people's knockoffs. We don't want that job, but I get what you're saying. I'd rather have you in goal, Dan, than Anana. Hey, these hands are massive, right? These hands, if I can give you a likeness, look at the size of that book. My hands are fucking monstrous. I got massive hands, but I am 6'5", so I'd have to have big hands being that tall. If we land the Sesko deal, I feel the club will want to resolve the keeper issue to make the other signings show their value. No point in scoring 50 goals and letting in 60. I agree. I think that's a fantastic comment. De Gea will make Anana look silly when we have to play against him. De Gea could look better than Anana with his eyes blindfolded. Like and sub, guys. We're a nicky butt over 900. Right then, okay, so the next target, obviously, is 1,000, but let's get to 950 tonight. So, Wahaha, I'll challenge you. What United squad number are we from 950? That's the next target, guys. Let's hit 950 tonight. It's a good night for hitting targets. That's what we want strikers to do, hit targets. Let's do it. CDM is important. You have none. That's not good enough. I agree with that, Paul. Can't we get De Gea back? He's still way better. It's burnt there. Bridges are burnt there, aren't they? Midfielder, get Hulman ASAP, knows very well the system, and Amorim, amazing player. Hulman, I keep getting little thoughts about Hulman. I'll tell you why I keep getting little thoughts about Hjulmand. So Simon Stone today, and it's been reported on Sky Sports News that Manchester United do not, I'm going to say it into the mic, do not have to sell to buy more players. Apparently, Manchester United, the news tonight is that they do not have to sell to buy more players. So if you're late to the show, we've spoken about Sesko choosing Manchester United by the looks of it. But the news that I wanted to bring you from Simon Stone is that United do not have to sell to buy more players. Now, for me, do we all remember when he said in that press conference, we do not have to sell these players? Wilcox and Barada, they have figures in their heads for the players and what they're worth. We will not be letting them go until we have that figure. We're going in for Sesko as well. I feel like Manchester United may have pulled the wool over our eyes. We're sat here fucking thinking we're skint, and it looks like we may actually have money. Now, I don't expect Manchester United to be on a madness and go and buy 3 more players after a striker, but it kind of, what this does with the sale of the players is, I think that puts us back in the driving seat. You know, we saw Chelsea coming out and saying, we value Garnacho at 30 million. Chelsea, you could value him at fucking £5.74, lads. Doesn't mean it's getting you jack shit. Pay the money or he stays with us. And whereas Amorim was obviously always going to say, I would welcome these players back. It's better for me. I've got more players fighting to play for the team. I think there may have been something in that. So for us to have reports, and don't forget, Simon Stone does get a lot from Manchester United. He does get a lot. He does seem to do a lot with them. For him to come out and say that Manchester United do not have to sell anymore, sell players to buy them, that's where I read that, and then I read the Donnarumma links, and you can imagine I was like that Vince McMahon meme, you know, and he's like that. I hope no one pauses that. I might look, I'm having a bloody heart attack. But this is what I talk about now. This is like the Scorpions. Winds of change. The winds of change are approaching Manchester United, and I, for one, am fucking loving it. When is the next watch along, says Carl? Carl, honestly, as I say, I was going to do tonight. I was all for it, but with it being 2:30 in the morning, and by the looks of it, looking like it might be delayed, the next one will be Everton on Sunday, because that's at 10 o'clock. So what we can do on Sunday, guys, we can start at 9 as normal and just power through. Absolutely fine. Hjulmand release clause is too much. I think there's movement on that. Where would the team be if we stick with Ten Hag? Well, it's an interesting question, that is. I do want to get through your comments, but what I do want to do is just quickly read a comment that, it was the interview with Luke Shaw. And Luke Shaw had stated, this is really, really damning, I think, for how bad it's been with Manchester United. Now, don't get me wrong, we know that Luke Shaw, we have our thoughts on him. He's been stealing a living for far too long. But Luke Shaw come out and said, it's not hard to see from the outside what it's been like. A lot of the time I've been here over the last few years, it's been extremely negative. It can be quite toxic, the environment. It's not healthy at all. We need an environment that's healthy, that's positive, that's got good energy and happiness. When you have all those things, you feel free and you express yourself more. Ruben brings demands. Mentality is a big thing. He talks a lot about it. Now, that is quite damning. Because one thing I'm going to say about Luke Shaw, anybody in here remembers when Phil Jones surprised us all after not playing for Manchester United for years and then played against Wolves. He made his debut. He had his comeback game against Wolves, was really good, and he got applauded off the pitch. And I remember Luke Shaw being interviewed after the game, and he was like, a lot of people have been absolutely ridiculous about that bloke, and he showed them. He's come on that pitch and he's put a shift in and worked his arse off. When someone like Luke Shaw, who's been at the club for as long as he has, comes out and says that, and let's not forget, Luke Shaw's saying that when we've had a summer where Rashford's been told to leave and he's gone. Anthony is no longer needed at the club. Garnacho has been told to go. Sancho has been told to go. Malacia, I don't count because I don't think Malacia has done anything wrong. I can't ever see that bloke falling out of anyone. But I think it's quite damning. Let me go through the comments because I want to see what you say about that. I'll quickly flash through these comments. Put what you think about that comment there. 6'5" must be pretty lonely up there. 5'11" is perfect. Honestly, it's fucking horrendous. What have we got? Ben says, tough one. Might abstain and pick the splinters out my arse. Fucking hell, all right. We must have won the Euro lottery, says Chappie. Every time I try and look forward to next season, I get frustrated when it occurs to me, to my mind, that Onana is still our first choice goalkeeper. Jeffrey, I fucking hear you, mate. And I think Manchester United will now move to change that as well. I genuinely do. What have we got? If we do sell Rasmus, Malacia, Anthony, Garnacho, and Sancho, what do we do with the money? Buy more players or keep it in case we need some in January? Because I've been told we don't need to sell to buy. Michael, this is what we call a conundrum. Do Manchester United now have money if they sell players even more so? And do they keep that until January? And then if it is looking like things are still needing fixing, then we go out and buy them. I never like buying in January. I think you always overpay, but who knows? Le Mans next. Let Collier go, says Andy. You can get another midfielder in. Yeah, I've heard about the money. I really hope we get a goalkeeper, says Jamie. I don't think we need a midfield player. Need number 9, Nunes available for 50 million. Absolutely fucking not. Delayed. I don't know what you mean by delayed, Jarl. Clubs thought they could hold us to ransom for our players. We are selling we are selling, but buying first shows them we don't need to sell to buy. It's genius. Pay up or F off. You can say it, Mark. Pay up or fuck off. That's the way it needs to be. Was my favourite song that Dan growing up, Winds of Change. It's a fucking brilliant song. Brentford, Wolves, West Ham. Which one is getting relegated? Leeds staying up. Out of them three, I think Brentford. This guy, man, honestly, Wahaha is so good. He's so good with these squad numbers. He's absolutely so good. What are we looking at with the likes as well, folks? Because there's still a fair few of you in here. There's well over 100. Let's have a quick look at these likes. Where are we? Likey. We're on 72 likes, guys. Right, we are 28 away from hitting 100 likes. If you guys can do me a favor, with the power of positivity now, I want you to look at that like button, push it, and get us up to over 100 likes. We've already hit the 900 target for subscribers. I want to see those. I want to see those likes flying up as well. Come on, it's a good day to be a Manchester United fan. How often can we fucking say that? I'll tell you how. Fucking never. We have had the worst season in our history in the Premier League. We are about to hopefully start rising like a phoenix and rising from the ashes and doing what we do best, which is getting back in amongst the big boys. We were the big boys. At the moment, we're still watching from below. What are we on now? We're on 910. Is that right? 912 subscribers? Let's have a look. 913 subscribers, guys. The way I look at it, we are 87 away from hitting 1,000. That is incredible, guys. Absolutely incredible. If we get Sesko, a goalkeeper, and a centre mid with Cunha, Brian, and Leon, what would you rate this window? If we got Sesko, a goalkeeper, and a centre mid with Cunha, Brian, and Leon, what would you rate this window? I would go an 8. I'd go a solid 8. Guys, answer that question for Michael. I agree with this. If we get Sesko and a goalkeeper and a centre mid with Cunha, Brian, and Leon, what would you guys rate this window? Put that in there. That's a great question. Luke Shaw and Mason Mount are just stealing a living, collecting money and faking injuries. That's a bit harsh. I'm not sure they're faking injuries, Lindo. Hulman will be allowed to leave for 60 million euros, gentleman's agreement, but as a franchise player can build a team around him. Silvio, I couldn't fucking agree more with that. Red Salzburg versus one. Okay, fair enough. Thank you, Chad. The cheek of saying the stragglers have gone. He's the definition of a straggler. Didn't play one season and then went to the Euros. Didn't play at all a season again. 2 games back, injured again. There was a comment, Ben. There was a comment, and you know my thoughts on Luke Shaw. I still said that a couple of years ago he was in the Euros where we got to the final with England. I think he was one of the best left backs in the world. Don't mind admitting that. Help me, I don't care. But there was a comment made by Amorim about Shaw, and I'm not Shaw sympathisers, so don't shoot me with this one, where he said about his training and how he needs to watch his training. There has long been conversations about Manchester United's medical department coaching. Remember, Twanzebe is suing us because of injuries. I just wonder, is it all linked? I'm playing devil's advocate, of course. If we get a goalkeeper as well, it's a 7 out of 10 window, says Siat. Fair enough. He said delayed because you said that. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Michael. Apologies, Jal. Sorry, mate. So here we go. Chad says, sign young defender from Bran. His name is Ivan Helland. I've seen that, but I feel like he is I think from what he said, this Helland, he wants to stay there another season. With Shaw coming out with these comments, it's a joke, especially with what he did for England, the hypocrite. Andy, I see what you're saying. I hear you. 90%. 90%. Are you saying 90% out of 100, Andy? Fair enough. And it sounds like we're signing it. There we go. There we go. Giles got my back there. Cavinti likes. Cavinti likes. That would be a strong 8 out of 10, especially if Rasmus goes the other way. Chappie's saying 8.1. If it's Oblak, the score goes up. If it's Martinez, the score goes down. Wahaha, I need a number. I need a number. I don't need you dancing around this. I need a number, brother. Abdiraham, I'm sorry if I got that wrong, says top 4. Okay. Why is there so many gentlemen's agreements this window? I haven't heard of one. Do you know the only gentleman's agreement I used to know was back in the day, if you loaned a player, they wouldn't play against them. That was the only one I know. But what is more annoying, Klopp's teeth, Pep spitting, or Slot's bald head? Well, I can't say anything about Klopp's teeth because I wouldn't mind Klopp's teeth. Pep spitting, well, yeah, it happens in football. And Slot's bald head, I won't mock that because one day I might be there myself. And what have we got here? Chad says, Dan United, Sesko and Brian and Buemo and Cunha could be a good fit. At Manchester, how much goals will he score? I want 50 from him. Don't even mind saying that. I do love what Amorim does with the injured players, taking them to games to see what they are missing out on. Yeah, I do too. That's the definition of a good manager. That's absolutely the definition of a good manager. What else have we got here? Let me just have a quick look here. In fact, let me check what that poll's doing. So, right then, guys, explain. 67% of you are going with goalkeeper, 33% with CDM. Now, let me just check a second because I want to check and see if we've got any other links here, because you know they like to drop them as we're in this bloody during the live show. Oh fucking hell! It gets worse for Newcastle. Isak's apparently out training in Real Sociedad at the moment, just to get away from Newcastle. That's mad. That is. Well, Haha says now you can't judge a window before the signings have overachieved or underachieved. Fair. Leipzig asking for Benjamin Sesko, 75 million guaranteed and add-ons percentage of future sale. The expectation communicated to suitors for 22-year-old striker. I disagree with that. I actually feel like, from what I've read from certain places, Anthony, that they are open to the payment plan, to the very account. Gentleman's agreement, let me out. Or I love that saying. Big up this channel, Ornstein tweet. There's not another one, is there? Is there another one? Let me have a look. Let me have a look at David Ornstein. Where are you? Has he tweeted something else in the last couple of minutes? It's all right. They're just. We know this. This is what we know, guys. We know what the fee is. We know what the add-ons are. We know that there's been no agreements with Leipzig, but we also know that Matt Hargreaves has been over there doing his best to sort it out with the club. And we also know from Fabrizio Romano that, and guys, if you're late to the channel, we also know that Rasmus Højlund apparently interests RB Leipzig. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I genuinely feel like he would do well I do think he'd do well in Germany. I do. You were never on the naughty step, Chappie. Never on, mate. You're always... Fucking hell, that didn't do well for me, did it? You're never on the naughty step. 64 is an amazing deal, even cheaper than Brian. Anthony, I like that comment. I do like that comment. He would be cheaper than Brian and Buemo. I didn't even think of it like that, Anthony. That is a fantastic comment, mate. What would be a 10 out of 10 transfer window? Oh, Andy. 10 out of 10? 10 out of 10. Well, it would be another midfielder. It would be a top class goalkeeper. And I would say, I can tell you what a 10 out of 10 transfer window is. I'll tell you right now. Okay. I was overthinking it. Get the goalkeeper. I'm happy with Le Mans. Get the midfielder. Get Hjulmand in or Douglas Luiz. I'd be happy with that. Obviously, Sesko or Watkins. And then the cherry on the top, sell Sancho, sell Anthony, sell Garnacho, sell Højlund, sell Casemiro, and sell... did I say Sancho? Malacia. Sell those 6 now. if you've just tuned in, I'm not sat here saying I expect us to sell all those 6 players, but that's what I'm saying would be a 10 out of 10 window. Newcastle United looking forward from Fulham. Yep, they're looking at Muniz. Yep, they are. I don't think he'd do well there, to be fair. Where are we? My bloody mouse is playing silly buggers here. Sorry about this, guys. Right, where were we? 69 million pounds to see out this. It's going to be between the 65 and the 70. It's going to be around there, isn't it? I'm impressed by getting Cunha and Wemo, 2 of the best in the league. Add Rashford out, it's bumped out to 7 out of 10. Sesko will increase it to 8 out of 10. We sell the Clowns 10 out of 10. This is from David Ornstein Bumber. Am I lagging? Oh, am I lagging? Let me know if I'm lagging, chat. Let me know. Am I still lagging? Unwatchable. Right, is it a bit better? Are we a little bit better? Right, I will change this. We'll change this. 2 seconds. StreamYard. 2 secs. Da, 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 da. Is that lagging now, people? How's that? Is that better? Are we back? Are we back, people? Tell me if the lagging has changed. Are we back? Worse. Oh, man. Is that better? Are we better?